Well, let's continue on that theme and look at the future of African entrepreneurship and what the funding models there look like. We're joined this afternoon by Kirsten Alexander. She's part of the team organizing the upcoming Empowa Entrepreneurs Summit. Kirsten, it's great to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed for coming on. And I wonder, I mean, I've taken a look at the media briefing insofar as the summit is concerned. It's happening on the 18th of April in Johannesburg. What's unique about this kind of entrepreneurship summit?
So what we're doing at the Empowa Entrepreneur Funding Summit is we are unpacking the different types of funding that are available to entrepreneurs. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs aren't aware of all the different types. They may know about loan financing or grants, for example, but there are 8 different types that we're covering. And we're answering 3 different questions in terms of those funding types is, what can this do for me over and above giving me money? How do I get through the compliance issues? What hoops do I have to jump through? And what are the trends in terms of that? For example, impact funding, we know, are looking a lot towards agriculture at the moment. Over and above that, we've got a number of industries that we're focusing on that are pitted for growth in South Africa, as well as for opportunities for entrepreneurs, such as renewable energy, which is an obvious one, and also last mile delivery in terms of logistics and transport. And then we have a number of pitching sessions that are going to happen, and we're really hoping that a few of our entrepreneurs are going to go away with quite solid deals to get their companies growing. The whole point of this is to create strategic partnerships, not just with entrepreneurs and funders, but entrepreneurs that can partner with each other in order for them to grow, so that we can get to a point where we have a number of entrepreneurs who can become employers. Which is obviously absolutely vital, considering what you've just been speaking about.
Yeah, absolutely. So not just a talk shop. This is a gathering that brings already successful, incredibly successful entrepreneurs into the room. I understand the collective funding potential there is around 500 billion rand. That's the convergence of this high potential business and their business owners. That's an incredible opportunity to not only leverage off of what they've no doubt learned in their entrepreneurship journey, but also to give practical advice. It's not just about talking.
No, it's definitely not about talking. I think when we look at Empowa Works as a whole, all of our platforms are geared towards practical solutions. And in the Empowa Entrepreneurs Funding Summit is really, really geared towards creating those strategic partnerships when it comes to networking and really connecting people who need to be connected together. And you mentioned that, we are looking at people who have been in business for at least a year, because this is what funders are looking for at this stage, and people who have a track record. And we're looking for people who are geared towards growth at this stage. We really want to try and change the face of the entrepreneurial ecosystem in South Africa today, and then we're moving into the continent in the coming years as well.
This is an interesting one as well, Kirsten. I understand there'll also be an opportunity to actually pitch to various potential investors on the day.
Absolutely. We've got a number of, for want of a better word, Dragon's Den sessions set up. So we have a number of funders who will be sitting on a panel, and our entrepreneurs get to pitch to them for 5 minutes, and then they've got a 10-minute sort of feedback session where they'll be sort of assessed in terms of certain criteria, and then hopefully some of them are going to walk away on the day with funding.
Wow.
However, as the strategic partnership building is very important. So we're hoping that not just on the day, but post the summit, we'll see a number of different partnerships happening and more people being funded and given the opportunity to grow.
Wow, that's incredible. Can you give us a sense of the kind of funding that would be available on the day? You talk about these Dragon's Den type sessions.
Well, it really is up to the funders themselves. As you mentioned, we have about 500 billion rand in the room.
Wow.
So that's up perhaps, I guess, not necessarily on the day. And it really does depend on what the entrepreneurs are looking for. So each of them are going to be asked, how much funding do you need, and what are you going to do with this funding, as well as the very, very important question, and this is something we've done from our research, preparing for the Empowa Entrepreneurs Funding Summit, is what is it that funders want? And one of those answers is they want to know how you're going to scale your business. And this is a very important aspect. So what are you going to use the funds for in terms of how you are going to scale?
That's an important sort of pointer to give potential or potential attendees to this summit that's taking place on the 18th of April. What other pieces of advice do you have? If I am a business owner, I've been going for a year or so, things are looking good, I'm looking for investment. Some other pointers.
So a few pointers, very importantly, know your market, know exactly who you are speaking to, know exactly the problem that you are solving, and be able to articulate that properly, and understand the scalability of your business. And if you have a potential to be local but go global, then you really are in a winning position. You also need to have a sense of your financials. You need to be able to say, this is how much it costs me to do business, and this is how much I can make. And if you give me more money, this is how much more I can make and more of an impact that I can make. So if you're able to truly understand your business, just on those few aspects, you've gone a long way.
Yeah, some great advice there. Kirsten Alexander, let me thank you for your time. It's the Empowa Entrepreneurs Summit happening on the 18th of April.